YouTube protected scammers on May 21st, 2021 after issuing a community guideline strike to some ordinary gamers. What did he do that warranted a strike? Oh, he only exposed Cash App scams for being scams and educated his audience about not falling for them. As you can see by this tweet here, his appeal was even rejected within a minute on a 12-minute long video, which isn't how the appeal system should work.
So I decided I'm going to definitely appeal this community guideline strike. So I go over here and I type in, this eloquent statement. And ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the time here, 1:05 a.m. by the way, that's 1:05 a.m. I literally did this on my phone. Literally within a minute, if anything, a second later, 1:06 a.m., okay? Hi, Some Ordinary Gamers. We have reviewed your appeal within a minute for the video in question. We reviewed your content carefully and have confirmed that it violates.
The system is supposed to function where a human takes the time to review the appeal and considers the context of the full video. He brought up how it seems like it's better to not appeal a decision even if you're in the right.
And then if it was a strike, and you appealed it, and YouTube automatically carefully reviewed it within 30 seconds, it will stay on your channel no matter what. Now, to me, that almost sounds like it's almost way better to never argue or appeal a strike, because if the appeal process literally is done within a minute or two, where there is no way it's carefully reviewed, it's another bot that looks through the video again, at that point, it's bad. There is a lack of distinct human moderation.
At the time of the community guidelines strike, which was actually a warning because he had no other strikes,
I ended up getting a channel community guideline strike, okay? Actually, not a strike, a warning, which is effectively just like your first strike. The moment you get another strike after that, YouTube will stop you from uploading for 7 days, and it'll be like a full-fledged strike.
He was live streaming on Twitch, installing every version of Windows from the first version to Windows 10.
I was installing MS-DOS all the way up to Windows 10. Some would say it's the ultimate Windows 10 upgrade.
This is important because that's around the time when these next clips appear from, but he censored himself to avoid demonetization. He is visibly upset.
Honestly, I'm just done with the whole website, dude. This is something that I'm so goddamn passionate about, and the fact that this happened, like this, it's not okay.
And rightfully so, because the video that was struck was saying why you shouldn't go to the scam website.
No, it didn't. GetHacks.net did not do that, because GetHacks.net is leading me to surveys. It's a landing site that you could download off any other bullshit landing site selling website and just peddle it. This is not legitimate.
The other video that he made was more calm, explaining the situation and its resolution.
Now, YouTube actually listened to me. YouTube listened to us, the community, and ended up reversing a strike that they gave hours ago.
I have a theory about what happened. The individuals who host these types of scams reported his video because it was bad for business, so to speak.
Some person who found it really offensive that I called them out on a scam probably reported to YouTube's automated system. YouTube's automated system decided, okay, well, I guess I guess you're wrong. Okay, I guess you're the bad person.
This isn't a conspiracy theory, just take a look at what a different YouTuber shared in the Twitter replies when he faced the same issue. That's right, a scary email by the scammers threatening him for exposing the scams. On Mooda's video, it seems likely that the people behind the false reports made sure to only report the section of the video where Moodhar showed the scammer's video on screen.
Show you how you can get free money on the Cash App. Before I show you guys how to do it, I just went on gethacks.net and you guys can see I'm getting $100 loaded right into my account. And this is all thanks to gethacks.net, which allowed me to get this.
Then, the underpaid employee in another country looked at the 30-second clip without the 12-minute context, explaining how the scam works and not to fall for it, and gave Moodhar a strike for absolutely no reason. A question that I have is, what's the point of manual reviews if the decision is also made without context, just like how the bots make decisions and issue false demonetizations? If the current system isn't working, then YouTube could implement something like Moodhar has proposed here, with peer reviewing.
The best way to really offer a solution is to almost allow some level of peer review. Why is it, if I was CTO of YouTube, why can we not have an application like YouTube Reviewers, right? Like YouTube Reviews on the Google Play Store or the iOS Store or anything where people can download the app on their phone, they can join a program where not everybody gets in, not everyone gets into the program. People with a verified history history, get into the platform. YouTube sends them a little push notification and says, hey buddy, can you review this video real quick? They review the video. It probably gets sent to 3 or 4 other people. So like you get a peer review and it, sort of averages out what every reviewer is saying and then says, okay, if all these 4 reviewers think a video is good and it doesn't violate the guidelines, bring it back up. Effective human moderation.
Because of this situation, he made all his videos about scams private.
Now I've actually removed every single video I've ever made that regards with me ever talking about a scam, because I feel like I'm just going to get unfairly targeted. So that's like 10, 20 videos, some of them over 1 million views, some of them, pretty good. They did their job of advocating to the community that there was a problem regarding these scams on YouTube.
Which is a real shame because they were fun to watch and serve an important educational purpose, along with being entertaining. It also sucks for me because I was going to create another video discussing scam ads, and Muda's videos about scams contained some important information that I could have used to increase the validity of my claims. This is where this video's title comes in, because if large YouTubers cannot call out scammers without fear of receiving strikes themselves, then the scammers have been protected by the broken website.
You want to know why I'm not going to call it a scam? Because the site isn't in my favor. The site isn't on my side.
He must have talked with YouTube afterwards too and straightened everything out, because a day later it appears as though his videos calling out scams are public again, which is good. Do you know what's ironic about this? Well, Mudahar got a community guidelines warning for speaking out against scams. With a quick search you can find actual scammers who have public videos and they're untouched by YouTube systems.
You literally typed in 4 words, a string, to get on and discover this. And suddenly, my video gets taken down, I'm promoting scams, I'm promoting deceptive practices, when in the description of that video that got rejected within 1 minute of its review suddenly has stated for the record that this is promotion of that same nonsense. Are you serious?
This is consistent with people like Kuo/Ghosty, who host Robux and V-Bucks scams and seem untouched by YouTube as well. I will give YouTube credit that they did respond and retract the warning/strike in less than a day, but this still presents a problem for mid-sized and small creators like me.
Unless you have anybody in the business that can help you out, you're not going to get your stuff helped. Now, what happens to the people that are smaller creators? No one's watching out for them at all.
A pattern that you may notice is that the only way to get a second chance with YouTube and a proper human reviewing the appeals is to reach out on Twitter. Unless you've got a community that's rightfully upset backing up your tweet, you get a generic reply and it's like talking to a brick wall at that point.
The only way that I was ever able to overturn this was to go to Twitter and make a big giant hoopla about it. A hoopla that earned 14,000 likes and a shit ton of retweets, okay? Now, it's because of this that YouTube's, Twitter team came in and it's like, oh, we'll send this to the appropriate department. Sure, thanks for bringing this to our attention. We've passed this along to the team for review, okay? And then like literally 48 minutes from now, hey, your video is mistakenly taken down, it's back up. We're sorry this happened, and someone from our team will reach out to you an email for all this nonsense.
So tell me, what is the point of having an appeal process if the only way to speak to an actual human that will solve your issue is by complaining on Twitter and getting enough likes and retweets? That's one of my biggest fears as a small creator, that something will go wrong with my channel and I won't be able to have it fixed due to my channel's size.
I'm more worried about the smaller guys. I'm more worried about the smaller guys and gals who have no recourse, who will literally sit there for months on end unable to get this resolved because they simply cannot raise the attention that other people can. This kind of review process shouldn't be exclusive to like the bigger creators. It should be something that should be overhauled for everyone in the process, because I'm sick and tired of seeing this happen to anybody out there, because it's a giant headache that both parties have to go through, and it just shouldn't have to be this way.
Andy that I showed earlier with 97k subs had radio silence for 3 days for the exact same issue.
You can literally read it right here, okay, where he says same exact policy issue as Ordinary Gamers. So the scams, deceptive guidelines, same exact content, same exact time, appeal instantly rejected. And he made a really good point that I want to reiterate. I got my strike reversed. I'm a smaller YouTuber, but I deserve the same treatment. I fucking agree.
But luckily, it's been resolved, and now YouTube admitted that they were wrong again. As much as I bash YouTube for broken automated systems, when operating with a website as large as YouTube, there's no way to use humans for everything. But then again, the manual review process was designed specifically for solving issues like this situation, but it obviously doesn't work as intended. Mudahar also brought up a very good point regarding YouTube and mental health, and made similar observations as RT Game about it.
YouTube is all about mental health, and nothing saps mental health on this platform harder than YouTube telling you the video you worked hard on is suddenly a 10 out of 10, and hey, fewer people are watching, and then getting rewarded for almost no effort and having that video be a 1 out of 10. YouTube is bad for your mental health if you're on a platform where the bots can literally give you strikes on your channel in succession, that if you get too many of them, you will literally have not only your monetization revoked, but the entire presence of your YouTube channel removed.
Thank you everyone so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please do give me a like and a sub, because that really helps me out. And I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye.